Alright guys, so today is quadratic formulas. In case you weren't here, here's the video lesson that you missed today, or in case you need a refresher. So new lesson, go put this down in your journal, and we're going on. So the quadratic formula looks like this. It looks like x equals negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And so remember, you use ax squared plus bx plus c for the standard form of the quadratic equation. That's where these come from. And so what you're going to do is you're going to plug these in. Okay? So let's take a look at what that looks like. So, first problem I have is x squared minus 8x equals 20. And the thing I need to do, first thing I need to do, is that it must be in ax squared plus bx plus c form. Okay, and so that means I need to subtract 20 on both sides. And now I got x squared minus 8x minus 20 equals 0. Okay, and now I can start plugging in my equation. Remember, negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. And in case you're just worried about this, yes, this is on your reference sheet for the STAR test. Okay. And now I just start plugging in answers, or sorry, the variables. So negative b, well, I'm looking at the middle number here. This is my b. B is negative 8, and so it's already negative, and so a negative of a negative is a positive. All right, so plus minus. And then again, negative 8 squared minus 4. And then I'm just plugging everything in. A is just 1, and C is negative 20. All right, over 2 times 1. And I know this does take a while, but this is what we have to do. And so now I'm going to start simplifying everything. So I get 8 plus minus square root of 64. And negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 20 is positive 80. So I have 80 over 2. And so 140. So I have 144. And so it's 8 plus minus square root of 144 over 2, and that equals 8 plus minus 12 over 2. And so what I have to do now is I have to do two separates. I have 8 plus 12 over 2 and 8 minus 12 over 2. Okay, so 8 plus 12 is 20. 20 divided by 2, it's 10. And 8 minus 12, well, 8 minus 12 is negative 4. Negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. So my answer is negative 2, 10. Those are my quadratic roots. Okay, so if you're wondering, well, why do I need the quadratic formula? It seems so hard. Well, unfortunately, all the other methods that we've gone over, taking the square root and factoring, sometimes they don't work. And so we have to use the quadratic formula. All right, let's do another one. So 3x squared minus 12x. Well, you obviously can think, hey, Mr. Simpson, I can take the square root of this. Yeah, you can, but we're not doing that today. So let's use the quadratic formula. And if you're asking, well, I don't have a bx, so what do I use for b? Well, b is 0, right? And so again, I'm going to write the quadratic formula, negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Start plugging in. Well, this is 0 plus minus, again 0 minus 4, and then a is 3. My c is negative 12. So, and then over 2 times 3. And so, again, this would be plus minus. Start figuring out. Well, negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 12 is 144 over 6. And so that's going to be plus minus 12 over 6, which is plus minus 2. And so my thing is negative 2, 2. And so if we had solved by the quadratic, or sorry, by taking the square root, that's what we would have gotten. All right, but this kind of shows you the quadratic formula actually does it everything, right? It's just one of the longer ways that we have to do it. Okay, let's do number 3. It's all scrambled up. I need to get everything over to the left side. And so I'm going to subtract x. I'm going to add 10. And again, this is the only time I don't mind you doing two things at once. And that's because we're basically, our first step is to move everything to the left. X squared plus 6x plus 10 equals 0. Okay. Quadratic formula. Negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And then we're on. Alright, so plug it in. My b is 6, so I got negative 6 plus minus. Okay. And then b squared is going to be negative 6 squared. Or sorry, positive 6 squared. Well, it will come out to be the same thing, but let's just be precise here. 4 times 1, because no coefficient in front of x squared, so so a is 1. And then c is 10. And then 2 times 1. Okay. So now I got negative 6 plus minus. I'm going to start getting everything, start simplifying things. 6 squared is 36. Okay. And then negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 10 is negative 40. Alright. And then we have over 2. And then look at this. Negative 6 plus minus the square root of negative 4 over 2. You can't square root a number. You're going to get an error here. And so our answer here is no solution. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do, if you missed today, we were going to do group practice. Got a worksheet that we're going to start together, and then kind of finish up by yourselves. So if you missed today, make sure you come in and finish that up. I'll see you later.